faraway lands. The king was a kind and wise ruler, and he was loved by many. Then, during a terrible winter, the king's only child, the prince, became very ill. No matter how hard the king's advisors worked, they could not save the little prince. He died quietly with the king by his side. The king became very sad after the prince's death, and went into mourning for a very long period of time. No one, not even his advisors, saw the king. The kingdom fell into sadness. One day, a mysterious visitor came to the kingdom. He was dressed in rags and carried a bag full of unusual objects. He said he had traveled from a great distance and had a new invention. The king, still in mourning, stayed hidden in his chambers while the advisors went out to greet the mysterious visitor. The mysterious visitor told the advisors that if he was given time, he could cure the king's sadness and restore joy to the kingdom. He told the advisors that if he was given time, he would restore the little prince to the king. The advisors were immediately interested and asked the visitor for help. Then the advisors ushered the mysterious visitor to a clearing in the forest, and in the deep of night, he went about his magic. The mysterious visitor opened his bag and emptied the contents onto the ground. When he was satisfied, he began an incantation. When he was done, he had wonderful news for the advisors and the king. Then, back in the kingdom, the king, still hidden, heard a commotion from the courtyard below. Then the advisors moved forward and ushered in the mysterious visitor and his magic. When they parted, the king saw what the mysterious visitor had brought. There before him was the little prince restored. The king leapt for joy as the little prince danced and moved around the courtyard. The little prince leapt and the king's heart leapt. The little prince soared and the king's heart soared. The little prince danced for quite some time in the courtyard, but the advisors noticed that the king was no longer interested in the new magic. He asked the mysterious visitor why he created such a thing. And the mysterious visitor replied, "I have created it for the sheer joy of innovation, to make the invisible visible." The king allowed the little prince to dance one more time as he contemplated his extreme joy and sadness. After that, the little prince was allowed to leave, and then the mysterious visitor was also allowed to leave. The mysterious visitor bowed to the king and went off to his business. Then the king spoke to his advisors. "I have been very pleased with the glimpse of my son. And what I must ask you to do next brings me great pain, but it is necessary. The advisors nodded and leaned in closer for the king's next pronouncement. The king said, "You must find the mysterious visitor and put him to death." The advisors reeled back in shock. "Then you must take this new magic and scatter it to the four winds so that it goes to the corners of the earth and is never used again." The advisors were confused. "Don't you think this magic's exciting? To make the invisible visible?" "Yes," said the king, "but I know that there are men out there who are not pure in the heart and are not pure in the spirit, and they will use this magic for dark purposes." The advisors began to understand. Each living thing has a time on this world. This brings meaning to life. If we were to disrupt this connection, we would cease to understand our connection with life. This is a power too great for us to control. The advisors then took the little prince and flung him to the far corners of the earth. Then they set out on a search for the mysterious visitor. The king wept tears of great joy for what he had witnessed, and tears of great sorrow for what he knew he had to do. For every new innovation, it has the potential to be the greatest benefit and the greatest curse humanity has ever laid its eyes upon. The king could not stop the future, but he could delay it as long as time would allow.